What's up, everyone? We are live. It's your boy Tyler. Welcome to another episode of Drawn Talk. And today we are going to be asking the question: is Tom King the king of useless dialogue? That's the question that we're going to be answering today. Here we go. Drawn Talk. Boom, we are live now, guys. This was an unexpected live stream. I wasn't planning on doing this, so if you do catch this episode, that's when it's not the live stream, no problem. Just remember to smash that like button, remember to smash that subscribe button. We have a good show today. Yeah, let's just get to it. So this is a new segment of the show that I want to call Chopped. I want to call this Onto the Chopping board, meaning that we're going to dissect comics and ask ourselves whether or not did the writers make the right choice. Did the writers make the right choice in their dialogue, their action? Did the artists make the right choice? So that's what we're going to do. So I've made this little overlay. Boom. There you go. And yeah, we're just going to play around with this. So guys, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about Batman 75 today, written by Tom King, drawn by Tony S. Daniel. And guys, like Tony S. Daniel, it's so weird because I read his Batman run when he was doing the New 52. He was in charge of Detective Comics. I read his stuff when he was the artist for Grant Morrison, and it's interesting to see his style evolve during then. Like his Joker currently is a lot different than his Joker when he was drawing for Grant Morrison. So yeah, very interesting. So yeah, thanks everyone who's currently watching us. So yeah, guys, we're gonna Batman 75 is the beginning of City of Bane, and if you aren't caught up with Batman currently, that's fine. We're not going to really be talking about the story necessarily. We're going to be talking about the dialogue presented in this show. We got $1.99 from Allison. Thank you so much. He says, do more streams. I think I do. The biggest problem right now is it's super hot. We're currently moving where everything's packed up right now. But once I'm in an air conditioned space, I think we're gonna be doing more streams. So thank you so much. Hope you guys are all having a freaking good Sunday. So let's dive into this, guys. So this comic had a crazy scene of text. It's I'm not gonna spoil it, but basically it's just like it's a different world, I guess. Like things are different. It's a different Batman. All these characters are like the GCPD. But anyways, right here. So the biggest question. Let's start off with this. So the biggest question that we all need to constantly ask ourselves throughout this entire episode, throughout this entire show, is: was that dialogue necessary? That's the goal. That's the question that I want to pose for us when we are talking throughout this episode. Was that piece of dialogue necessary? Because as comic creators, we need to learn that a page is real estate. Okay, how much real estate you have, it has to be divvied out to the artist. It has to be divvied out to the letterer / writer. You know, how much real estate are you giving? So first off, let's look at this right here. Okay. Awesome scene right here. Okay. Does anyone see anything that's wrong with this, though? Does anyone see anything that's wrong with this? It's freaking good art. Tony S. Daniel is amazing, and he's actually stepped up his game now because not only does he pencil his work, he's also doing the inks. But if you don't notice what's wrong here, I'm just going to say it right now. Okay. Right here, the lettering, it says "pow," which is cool. That's a perfect thing to say, "pow," when you hit someone. However, why is she saying "pow"? Huh? Why is she saying "pow"? Why couldn't the letter? Why couldn't the sound effects just do the job? Huh? Exactly. Lady Celtic Moon says, "Why the word balloon?" Exactly. Why the word balloon? If you were in a fight, would you be like, "Pow, gotcha"? Next time I go into a fight, I'm going to be like, Hey, you in the mood for some dying? Pow. No. So instantly, we're just gonna go through the 3 pages of Batman 75. It's a fight scene with Solomon Grundy and this girl. Okay, so instantly, the word balloon. Why is she having to say pow? Why is she saying pow? Okay, so then we go to the next page. Okay, and here we go. We're just gonna read this. She says, "So I have this dilemma, or I'm torn. I guess, well, no, not like torn. I'll survive, I'm saying. I don't want to be too dramatic about the whole thing. I've had drama. This isn't drama. Have you heard about my brother and my parents? That's drama. So much drama. I mean, they're all dead. So that's like worse than this by a lot. So much. I'm already losing breath. I'm already losing breath reading this first panel, okay? But we'll continue. So then she picks him up and she says, anyway, I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking while I'm fighting. You're not. Batman is against it. He says I should be silent and stealthy and broody and effective, which I think is understandable. He is those things, like all the time, very serious, and he wants me to be those things, like him, which is cool, because he's Batman. Jeez, like, why? Right now, so pointless. But, and this is a big but, big but. Like he put the parentheses. There's parentheses on this. Like big but. Also says I should be a sidekick. Like maybe that's my main purpose. The whole sidekick thing, the balance things. The light to his darkness, the orange and yellow to his gray and black and more gray. He's very much a lot of what he is, and I shouldn't be all of what he is, or not most of it. Oh my gosh, man, it's still going. Okay? So if he tells me to be like him and he tells me to be a sidekick, you see it, right? Right? Conflicting things, dilemma things, torn things. But again, not dramatic things. Dramatic compared to dead brother and dead parents things. So not dramatic, but still, I'm left with what? Talking or not talking? And I don't know. I just don't know. All of which is to say, hi, I'm Gotham Girl, like Robin, but better, and you should stop. Cool? Oh! Oh! Did anyone else was anyone else just wanting to be like Tyler, shut up? Was anyone like that? Because man, I was reading that, I'm just like, gosh, and this is why, and this right here is the problem. This art is beautiful. This is a fight scene. There were so many other words that could have been said. Okay, so ultimately what this page is trying to convey is that she is trying to say, hey, I'm Gotham Girl, and I'm trying to not be Batman. Could you have done that in like a couple narration boxes where it'd been like, I am Gotham Girl, blah, 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 blah. Could you have done that? I just don't know. It was so long, but you know what? It continues. Oh, little girl, is that all you've got? What? Yes, no, not really. Okay, already? That entire speech balloon, already cancels itself. What? Yes, no, not really. That's not a sentence. I've got more. I've got a lot of powers. I don't know. You want a whole list? Some of them are standard. What you'd expect. Not that I know what you'd expect. I do have a laser beam eyes. That's something I got. That's something I got. Something else. What? Shoots through the arm. Laser beam eyes. I don't know if you didn't hear or you were confused, but yeah, I'm saying again because you said what? Laser beam eyes. Check. It's so exhausting. It is so exhausting, this fight scene, because the art is so good. The art of Tony S. Daniel is so good, and yet it's being ruined by all of this dialogue. So here's the question with these 2 pages. Was any of this dialogue needed? Was it useful or was it useless? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves. Is the dialogue useful or is it useless? It's useless. It's absolutely useless. It's not driving the story forward at all. In fact, it's making you just want to just close it. Yeah. So it's not fun. It's just not fun. All right. And here's the thing, Tom King, I want to say this right now. I really like some of Tom King's work. Okay, his work on the Vision for Marvel. I bought the first volume, and I read the first 4 pages. By the time I was done with the first 4 pages, I went on Amazon and I ordered volume 2. That's how good those first 4 pages were. That's how good those first 4 pages were of the Vision. So what's going on right now? What is going on right now? Well, if you haven't seen my video on Tom King thinks that he doesn't need an editor, I think that's a big thing, is that when Tom King wrote the Vision, he was still like this new guy. He still is a new guy in comics. He still is a new guy in comics, but he's just being elevated so fast, and now he's firing editors because he doesn't like them. And this is what we're getting. We're getting so much useless dialogue. All right, so let's continue. These next things are 3 splash pages. 3 splash pages that are in Heroes in Crisis. Now, when I first read Heroes in Crisis, the first issue, I was like, okay, I can see some potential in it. It was pretty good. But then he fired his editors, and then we started getting stuff like this. Look at this. Really beautiful splash page. Look, if your dialogue has to make a freaking Z, there are some problems, okay? So they're in therapy. Okay, ready? We're just going to read this. This is from Harley Quinn and Ivy. It didn't help. I'm sorry, Har. It's not your fault. I'm still sorry. At least I'm not bored. Yay? There were a lot of bad things. I know, hun. Nothing helps. I know. Bad things don't become good things. I'm still going to try. I know. I'm always going to try. It's not fair. Nothing's fair. That's not what I'm here. That's not why I'm here. No. I'm supposed to help you. You are. I'm not the one. I'm not the sick one. I'm the one. I'm the sick one. You're the sick one. With all the plants? Why so many plants? I'm crazy. You're insane. I am. I know. Maybe that's why I keep trying. Maybe that's why it helps. You said nothing happened. I did? So nothing helps and I help? Yeah, well, what do you expect, pretty girl? I'm crazy too. What is going on? What is absolutely going on in this entire... What is going on in this page? What is going on in this page? I don't know. They're just talking. They're just like, no one... Here's the thing. I know Tom King is probably being like, this is how people talk. People don't talk like this. This is like, if it goes right here, how comic book talk. Then right in the middle is how people talk. And then this is how Tom King thinks people talk. Okay? He's so far out of it. Allison McGlone says, I get what he's trying to do. It's just not coming off well. I know. And here's the thing. Here's the problem. And if he's reading it in his head, he's probably like, I'm a genius. Read things out loud. Guys, when we create comics, when we write, when I was working for the newspaper, whenever I'd write an article, my teacher would be like, Tyler, did you read this out loud? I'm like, no. Read it out loud right in front of me. I read it out loud, and then I go, oh my gosh, that was so stupid. And he goes, yeah, rewrite it. Read your stuff out loud, okay? But the sins of Tom King continue with yet another splash page, another beautiful splash page, by the way, and yet more text. More freaking text. And I'm not even going to read this. But just look at this art, though. This is from Mitch Gerads. His art is so good. Why waste this beautiful splash page with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 panels. 21 panels of dialogue. Are you for real? Let's continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 panels. 28 panels. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Tom King? It's 28 panels. Let's just read it. So this chamber, it becomes what I need it to become? Yes. Cool. Very. That's that Kryptonian crystal technology stuff. It is. Built by Batman from Superman's tech with Wonder Woman's compassion. Where would you go? Where would you like to go, Michael? I don't know. Where should I go? Wherever comes to mind. So I can be on Jupiter and talk to my mom and Batman and whatever? What? And whatever. And that helps? Well, what do you mean by help? I think I mean help. H-E-L-P. Isn't that all you do here? Go where you want to go, Michael. Be there. Be there? Yes. Okay, right. So I go. I am there. And that's it? Mostly. Just while you're there, try to know why you're there. I knew it. The why, now I get it. You do? That's the catch. It is? That's the trap. No, Michael. What is going on? Why? Just why, Tom King? Why? Okay. So now we're being really harsh on Tom King. I get it. We're being really harsh on Tom King. But here's the thing. He followed up one of the greatest Batman runs. Okay, and that is Scott Snyder's Batman. This Scott Snyder's Batman. Okay? Right here. Here's the scene. How many speech bubbles do we got? 1, 2, 3. Huh? Not 28? Okay, and one thing. Look at that. Respecting the art. Respecting the art. Not throwing in all this freaking dialogue to cover up the art. No, respecting the art. Okay? This place is a giant damn dirty bomb. Then Bruce Wayne. Alfred. It's worse than I imagined. And then a gun. Right there says, yep, it is. That right there already conveys everything that we need to know. Bruce Wayne is looking at the bad guys and he goes, oh my gosh, this is super bad. And then behind him a gun goes, yep, it is. Now, how would Tom King have written this? This way would have been like, the place is a giant damn dirty bomb, okay? And then he would have gone over here, Alfred, it's worse than I imagined. And then Alfred had been like, what is it, Master Bruce? And Bruce would have been like, do you ever get the feeling that the red masks are everywhere? Yeah. Yes, Master Bruce. Well, he's doing that, but like, not really. You know what I'm saying, Alfred? Oh, yeah. And then there's all these things, and then he'd finally go, Alfred, it's worse than I imagined. And the guy go, yep, it is. You see, Batman. Jeez Louise. All right. Oh, look, a splash page with no words. It's like comic books are art, or for the art and also the writing, not just the writing. Tom King, do you know that you're writing a comic book, not a novel? Should you be a novelist? Should Tom King be a novelist? I just don't know. Okay, but look at that. Scott Snyder gave Greg Capullo, and look at that. And there is room. There's so much room on this page for dialogue, but there's none. There is none. Why? Because Snyder respects the art form. Okay, let's continue. Oh, what? 2 things of dialogue? No exposition? No conversations right here? You know what we get to do as the reader? We get to look and interpret everything that's going on. Let's look. Bruce Wayne with this girl. They're on a date. Then they have a kid. Now they have a family. And now they have a bigger family. And then he's old. And he goes, thank you, Alfred. And Alfred goes, of course. That is how Snyder does it. Because Snyder respects the reader. Okay? Comic book readers know that you got to look at the art and then read the text and put 2 and 2 together. And sometimes you just look at the art and put 2 and 2 together. All right? Tom King, I don't think, realizes that you can write panel 1. Bruce Wayne and Ginger Girl are on a date. Period. Next panel. No. Tom King goes, they're not going to realize that I wrote the description of this panel, so let me know. Let me just do this useless conversation of their date. Jeez Louise. Yeah, look, all of this dialogue here is useful. Not useless, useful. All right, and let's look at one more Snyder thing. Okay? Look at that. Okay, this is when the Riddler tricks Batman right before their final confrontation in 0 Year. And then Batman screams, "Because it's over, damn it. The game is over, Enigma." And then the Riddler goes, "On the contrary, Batman. Pshoom, pshoom, pshoom. The real game is just beginning." That's how Snyder does it, okay? Then there's a to be continued thing right here, I think. No, but you know how Tom King would have done it? "Because it's over, damn it. The game is over, Enigma. You gotta, stop." And then Enigma would be like, "On the contrary, Batman. You see, with these lights and the thing that you're on, the real game is just beginning. You see, Batman, the platform that you're on, it's like this. I felt like this." And then there'd be 50 more freaking speech balloons. It's just, it's redonkulous. It's freaking redonkulous. So ultimately, guys, what I'm trying to get is that, as comic book writers, we need to make sure that all of our dialogue is useful. Okay? Just because you write a comic doesn't mean that people have to know you wrote every single beat. Okay? Look at Batman and Robin. It was a silent issue. There was a silent issue when Damian Wayne died. The whole silent issue had no dialogue because it's a silent issue. And people are all like, "Oh man, Patrick Gleason's artwork, it was so good." But Peter J. Tomasi was the one who wrote all of it. He was the one who gave the directions, and we respect Peter J. Tomasi in his writing of that issue. Tom King needs to learn that you can have a silent issue. Just because we don't see your actual work doesn't mean we don't know that you actually wrote it. Come on, man. Respect the reader, all right? All right, so finally, guys, before we end this portion of, what we're talking about, before we get into the chat, I just want to say, everyone go check out Undead Row. It's got 11 days left to hit the goal of 3,000. It's almost at 50%. We're going to put the link in the chat for you peeps, okay? Undead Row, currently on Indiegogo, for $20, you get the physical graphic novel, which is 100 plus pages, and you get a sketch card that I will draw for you personally. All right, that's a great deal. Link in the link in the chat. I also think link in the description. Also link in the description. Yeah, it's got 11 days to go. 11 days to go. Oh no, now I'm ruining freaking everything. All right. So thanks guys for watching. Now let's get into the chat and let's just have a discussion before we end the show. All right. Let's get into the chat before we end the show. So if you want to bounce, if you got what you needed out of this, you can bounce, but this is where we're gonna chat, guys. All right. Here we go. Let me click out of this. All right. Lady Celtic Moon says, "I'm unaware of the book, but I understand what you're talking about. But I got a question. Is this to introduce Gotham Girl?" No, Gotham Girl was introduced in the first 5 issues of Tom King's run. And it was introduced very well because he had an editor. He had a good editor. Allison says, "I get what he's trying to do. It's just not coming off well." And then Eric says, "I don't know what you're talking about. My friends and I talk about this all the time." And then Allison says, when we're talking about the Poison Ivy and the Harley Quinn, the Z, says it's supposed to be a mercurial conversation where it moves like a wave. Your eyes are supposed to follow it as a moving conversation, but the characters are stationary. I can see how it would be filmed, but it is not working on the page exactly. And he has good intentions, but the dialogue is useless. The dialogue of that page is absolutely useless. Let's find it. It's right here. Okay, if there was actual meaning in this conversation, we would be like, yes, this makes sense. This is beautiful. But saying it didn't help, I'm sorry, it's not your fault, I'm so sorry, at least I'm not bored. Why? That in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in 7 speech bubbles, we haven't gone to the point of what's going on, or why, anything. There's no storytelling. This is a storytelling medium. TL Campbell says, how to be a writer, don't do it like Tom King. Allison says, the last page you showed by Tom King, he needs to have both characters on the page. Drew Hayes had an amazing, hilarious one-page conversation like that, and it had characters on it, and it worked. T.L. Campbell says, I learned to write a comic, right? Don't like to write Tom King again, yeah. Comic Book Rob says, Tom's run hurts my soul, both because he just doesn't get Batman, but also because I know he's capable of better. I totally agree. We're actually going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Arnold Lopez says, grab your pencils and papers and your inks and work on that art. We are the future of comic books. Comic Book Rob says, yeah, his falling out with his editor seems to be the patient zero moment. He went off the rails. Exactly. And we're going to end the show with this. The biggest reason why I believe that Tom King is not struggling as in for work, not struggling with money, but struggling in the fact that us comic book readers are not necessarily enjoying what he's writing. He has a good story idea. His stories are good. He has good story ideas. The problem is he wants to, how do I say it? He writes thinking that he's just blowing our minds with his dialogue. And he's not. Why? Because a Batman editor would read that and be like, Tom, do we need all of this? We don't. And then typically the writer would be like, okay, what do I need to fix? And then the editor would take 90% of those speech balloons out, and Tom King would be like, fine, and then he'd put out his comic. That's why we have amazing comics from him, like The Vision. Guys, if you haven't read his Vision comic, it's only 12 issues, 2 graphic novels. It's so good. The beginning of Tom King's run was super good. It was a little long at times, but it was super good. And you know what? You can tell when it went off the rails. Like, literally. As you were reading, you can be like, this is the issue. This is the issue that he must have kicked his editor out. And now he's off the rails because he thinks that he's this bat god. Okay, he's right. He's so cocky with his writing now. And it's not good. This dialogue is not good. It's hurting us. Okay? We don't need a fight scene where Gotham Girl is doing all of this. We don't need that. What we need is less talking, more useful dialogue, and let us look at the art. Let us look at this art. I mean, Tony S. Daniels spends freaking 8 to 10 hours on this page only for Tom King to throw a bajillion speech bubbles on here? Come on. So, yeah, guys, that's it. That's the show for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Tom King? What do you think of Batman 75? And also, what are you doing? And not in the chat. Don't let me know in the chat. Like, legit, go down and leave a comment. That would really mean a lot to me. Leave a comment. This was an unplanned stream. I had an actual recorded video for this. The file got corrupted, and I wasn't able to upload it today, which sucked. So, yeah, guys, let's make some good comics this week. Let's have some fun, okay? And let's always strive to improve. Don't ever think that you're just good. Okay, let's all strive to improve. Thank you so much. Remember, in the comment section, let me know what you thought of the video, what you're working on this week, and how you're going to improve. I'd love to know that. Don't let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much. You guys have a good freaking Sunday, and I will see you. I might actually see you earlier than we think for a new video. So you guys have a good day. Peace. Drunk Talk.